I think, there's a big difference between, having a lot of respect for a person and their message versus forming a cult and a religion around them, as people have done for Jesus and Muhammad and, other figures, like other people, other humans. There's a lot of people throughout history who I have a lot of respect for, like, Aristarchus of Samos or Anaxagoras, or Carl Sagan or Darwin or whatever. A lot of people, even living, for example, like Richard Dawkins, I have a lot of respect for. And there's a lot of people I think are interesting, smart people, or John Lennon, I had a lot of respect for, or have a lot of respect for. But I don't form a religion around them. Just like, I think a lot of people can feel like, Jesus or Muhammad had a message that I really respect. Yes, okay, that's fine, that's wonderful. But, the idea of holding them up as some kind of a deity or something, or somehow that they were somehow other than a human, I think is a mistake. You could take those people's messages and say, I relate to that message of love other people, or do unto others as that you would have them do unto you, without the need to constantly, worship them as somehow something other than just a human you respect. And I think that's an important lesson that's really being missed by a lot of people who continue to propagate these old-time religions. There's a lot of people, Tom Edison, or one person a lot of people don't know much about, who's in the history of science, who's a major figure in the history of science beyond Pupin and other people I don't even know. And the inventor of the laser, Charles Townes, is Michael Faraday, who was the first to make an electric motor and electric generator. The first to convert electricity into mechanical motion, and to go the other way around, mechanical motion into electricity, the generator. And those are two major inventions from one person. I think it's debated as to who really was the first, but there's no doubt that Faraday was a smart person who made a major contribution to the life of Earth. And the public doesn't know, they care more for Jesus or, some of these old-time figures than they do other people. And think about how many other people are on the planet. Before Jesus was, Caesar Augustus lived at the same time. We don't create religions around them. There were other even Jewish messiahs like Bar Kokhba, and tons and tons of humans who have lived in the past, even before Jesus. It's amazing. Like, if you look at, I really recommend a book by, I think his last name is Kramer, who wrote the book of this Mesopotamian and Sumerian religion, or Sumerian. The oldest text, the oldest stories, and it's really interesting, like the flood story is very, very old. It's one of the oldest stories that there is. It may in fact be the oldest story. But it wasn't Noah that the Sumerians were telling the story about. The main character was a person named Suasudra. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but long before there was a Noah and a flood and everything else. And it's amazing, like, even in Islam they have a different character. These are very, very old stories. And, it's interesting that, that's a book I would recommend, to understand about history before Jesus and Muhammad. That this literature, there were a lot of interesting people and a lot of stories and so on. So that's what I'd recommend.